right, let's do it.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, so welcome to Sundays with Clan, in which I look at your questions and I answer it to the best of my ability. And we got some pretty good ones today. So first and foremost, just letting you guys know, if you haven't watched Sundays with Clan before, this is very laid back. It's going to feel more like a live stream. I'm going to slip over my words here and there, but it's not going to be that serious. All right, we're going to chill. We're going to lay back, and we're just going to go through some of these questions. So first and foremost, I do want to say this. These were some really good questions, some of which I am not going to answer because I feel like I'm going to end up answering them later on anyway. There's a lot of draft questions, and I am planning on, I've already done quite a few videos already, but I'm already planning on making sure that when it comes to draft prospects, that we're going to talk about them all the way throughout the summer and up until the initial draft. So a lot of these are going to be answered anyway, and I can't even answer them very concretely because there's so many players that I still have to look at, because this draft is kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of talent, and I'm just now getting into college basketball, so just give me some time with that. And also, I do want to say this, please, and I mean please, let me bring it up. Please join the freaking Discord, my guy. Please join the Discord. It's very fun. It's very awesome. So yeah, join it. It's linked in the description. We talk all kinds of things. We talk about movies, music, video games, and obviously the San Antonio Spurs. So please join the Discord, and it's also a good way for you to go into the content suggestions and tell me what you want me to do a video on. So it's a really good community there, and I want it to continue to grow. And with the Spurs being so bad this season, I understand that a lot of people haven't really even cared to talk about it. But all right, so let's go ahead and go into this. So let's start with the very first. I actually loved the ones that I was going to answer. Once again, it's no offense to anybody else if I don't answer it. It's just, I'm probably going to answer it later on anyway. All right, so Joshua Primo and his lightning quick development. Based on his highlights up to now, what is his floor and how much does he jump this summer going into next season? So this is from Nate Marino, and we're talking about Joshua Primo. So first and foremost, I am going to say this about Josh. I'm not shocked at all that he struggled as far as offensively, but one thing he hasn't struggled with is his mentality. Throughout this entire season, now there's been some games where obviously him going from the G League back to the San Antonio Spurs, Popovich has limited, how much we utilize him. Like, obviously that's just going to be the case. But I will say this, when he gets a substantial amount of minutes, he's typically not afraid to let it fly. And that's a mentality thing. So overall, Josh Primo, he has the mentality to grow. He has the mentality to get better. And if we're looking at the stats here, it's a lot of ups and downs. It is. And even the games where I found very impressive, they're not crazy great. Like, for instance, I was talking about this Portland Trailblazers game the other day, and some people have said, like, dude, 4 for 10, I mean, it's not that big a deal. 2 for 6 from 3, like, it's very average. But it's really about the mentality, because if you watch Joshua Primo throughout this season, he's been so confident. Like, you could tell that he is definitely a lottery pick. He's already gelling with the guys. He's very vocal on the court. He's even a good bench guy. But overall, it's a certain amount of competitiveness to him that's just, you just have to watch him to see what I'm talking about. So overall, you're asking me, like, how much better will he get? I mean, he is growing, like you said, lightning quick, getting better lightning quick. I think that he could grow into a potential semi-star up to next season, but it really does depend on what the Spurs want to do, because right now, as it stands, in my opinion, he is still like a fourth option, possibly fourth, fifth option sometimes. So you really don't know yet, but I will say of late, Popovich has really allowed him to play make a lot more. And as you know, in the G League, that was kind of his primary role. He was supposed to be a guy who was going to be a facilitator. They wanted him to take on that role, and now we're starting to see that come to fruition in the NBA. So overall, what do I think? I think that he's going to be potentially a third, fourth option, maybe going into next season. To me, he has the most potential out of anybody. Next season is so hard to tell because he's still going to be stupid young. But he's gonna make improvements, and I think that the biggest improvement is just going to be the scoring. Because there's some games here where, yeah, it does look bad. The 3 for 11 here, 1 for 8 against the Indiana Pacers. 0 for 5 against the Thunder. But his mentality has never changed. So as long as he keeps becoming aggressive, look at this. I didn't even see this one. I don't remember this game. 1 for 13 from Miami. Oh my God. 1 for 13. That's god awful. But he's gonna improve that, especially working with Chip England. So look, he has the mentality for it. He has the work ethic for it. Defensively, he's really shown what he can do on that end. His IQ is very high. He's a great team guy. And keep in mind, he's a lottery pick. He's just stupid young. Next season, he'll make another big jump. And one thing that I'm seeing as well is when you're a lottery pick, man, your jumps are kind of ridiculous. Like if you think about Devin Vassell's jump from his first year to it's ridiculous. Okay, it's ridiculous. Looks like he's been on the team for a very long time. So yeah, he'll be fine, and we'll see what happens there. All right, so next question. Let's see. Oh, this wasn't a question. I just wanted to say hey to you. So Sherlock Strange says, just want to say I love your content, man. And if it make it on Sundays with Clan, it would totally make my week. Go Spurs, go from the Philippines. Hey, I want to say something. First off, hello. How are you doing? But second, I did want to say this. So what I'm going to start doing, and I already made a post on it, but if you're from the Philippines, please go to the community post on YouTube and answer the question, because I put on there any topics, any questions you have, because what I realized was a big chunk of the audience that's on this channel is also like in the Philippines. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to start posting stuff that's tailored to, obviously anybody can watch it, okay, obviously, but I do want to at least acknowledge you guys. So if you could ask any questions, give any topics for that on that post, I'm going to be posting them super late at night, okay, like midnight, like really late. And it's really for the people in the Philippines, which, you know, it'll be around noon there when they would get it. So I just wanted to make a cognizant effort to shout you guys out, because I didn't realize this. It's only like 11% of the channel, but that's still a big chunk. I mean, that is a big chunk. So but yeah, go do that. And hello, how are you doing? Okay, next question. All right, this is from CTC, and it says, if DeAndre Ayton is unavailable, would you trade for either Julius Randle or Miles Turner? No. This is gonna be a short one. No, not really. I just don't think it'll be worth it. I mean, even the guys that we have on our team right now, I mean, would it really be worth it going after a Miles Turner at this point? I don't think so. He's, first and foremost, I like Miles Turner a lot. Okay, as far as defensively, I like him. He is a block monster. Okay, but I will say this: his ceiling is very obvious. Like, he has a obvious ceiling. And Julius Randle, he's been pretty iffy this past season. I just don't know if he'll fit with us, where it's like, oh yeah, we definitely need Julius Randle on the team. I don't know. I think that they're one of those players that would demand quite a bit. Okay, so to keep them here, it's going to be quite a bit. But not only that, I don't know if their play necessarily merits it or makes us that much better. So I don't think that it really matters much. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Julius Randle, I like Miles Turner, but I wouldn't necessarily go after them. This draft is so filled with talent. You will be perfectly fine if the Spurs waited to the second round to get a big man. You could get a pretty quality big man in the second round that has a lot of potential. So overall, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's worth it. But I do want to know what you guys think. DeAndre Ayton, that's a definite. I would definitely go after him. But as far as anything apart from that, I don't think it's necessary. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. Okay, next question. Let's see. All right, Mateo Says Spurs current roster, who's in and who's out for next season, free agent, trade, buyout. Okay. So I didn't really know how to answer this one, to be honest with you. I'll try, but who's in, who's out? There's only a couple guys right now that I would say definite. I don't mind if they're gone, if you will. And I'll just be okay. First and foremost, let's just be transparent here. Keita, I hope I say it right. I always say it wrong, but Keita Bates Diop. No, I think I like him a lot. Don't get me wrong, I like him a lot. I just don't see him as a long-term option by any means, nor do I find it necessary to keep him. He's probably playing right at his contract, but overall, his ceiling is just way too low for me to really care. And we're gonna have so many good draft picks, so I think he's an easy out. And another one that I didn't want to say because I have been pretty high on him, but I will be honest in pointing this out. Romeo Langford, I'm not sure, even though the potential is definitely there, I'm not sure if it's worth it, because Romeo Langford, having him is a little redundant. Like, Keldon Johnson does kind of what Romeo Langford does in a way. They're the same age, and not only that, I just think Keldon Johnson is an overall better player. And I don't think that it's necessarily all skills wise why I think Keldon Johnson is a better player. I think it's mostly kind of mentality. Keldon being paid less. Romeo Langford, not to say this is a big chunk of money by any means. Like, you can keep him and still be fine. I just don't know if it would necessarily be worth it. So if you're talking about a trade going into next season, I haven't looked at the specifics of his contract. But I will go ahead and just assume that we will be able to. I would definitely move him if the possibility is there, if you think that you can make the team better, especially in the draft. Like, if we really wanted to try to move up a little bit with our first draft pick, I mean, maybe include something with him. I mean, he is a pretty big potential guy. A lot of people have talked about his potential. So maybe doing something there. But I don't know. Also, when you talked about, because what was the third thing you said? Buyouts. I don't know about buyouts up to next season. But yeah, I guess that was it. Oh, free agency. That's what it was. Yeah, free agency, DeAndre Ayton. I think that's the only guy that you really go after. Him or Kyle Anderson, honestly. Like, I really think Kyle Anderson, with the roster that we have right now, can only make us better, especially with us adding so many sharpshooters. Whether it be Doug McDermott, whether it be Jock Landale, even Josh Primo has to take on a catch and shoot role. So I would love a Kyle Anderson with this type of team. And yeah, with us playing more and more together, and we need somebody to kind of be that glue, Kyle Anderson would be perfect. And then DeAndre Ayton, him obviously being a potential star, if you could grab him, dude, you could do whatever you want in the draft. Like, you could literally do whatever you want. You will be so comfortable. You will have such a comfortable pocket where you don't have to even necessarily worry about the position at all. Like, you will be so good. You'll be so set. And right now the Spurs are like on the cusp of being a potential good playoff, maybe championship contending team. So yeah, so as far as who I would go and grab, Kyle Anderson, DeAndre Ayton are those my only guys, honestly. Everybody else, I don't know if it's necessary. We have a lot of good guys on the team as is. So, but yeah. Anyways, next, I guess, is this the last one? Okay, this is the last one. Oh yeah. This is the last one because I did want to talk about this. All right, so here we go. All right, how much would you give up for DeAndre Ayton sign and trade? For example, Jakob plus the Toronto and Boston first round picks this year. I'm a little okay. I'll be honest. When I read this, the reason why I wanted to answer this, and this is CTC again. Oh crap! I didn't mean to do it twice. Sorry, man. But yeah, CTC. I didn't know how to answer this because DeAndre Ayton sign and trade. I was kind of confused because when you look on the roster here, you gave me an example of Jakob Poeltl, but we wouldn't have to sign and trade Jakob. Were you talking about the year after next?
Yeah,
doing a sign and trade? I don't know. Would you sign and trade Lonnie for? See, I didn't really understand the question, and I think that was something that I wanted kind of the chat or the commenters, anybody that's in the comments, to try to answer this best of your ability. I didn't really understand it because I don't think we would have to do a sign and trade for DeAndre Ayton at all. But if there was a potential trade for Ayton, what would I do? Maybe 1 first-round pick. Okay. Not with me being as vague as possible. Okay. Maybe a first-round pick if we had to trade for DeAndre Ayton. First-round pick and any player. Any player. The only people that will be off limits for me, let's start from the bottom, would be Keldon, Josh, Devin, maybe DJ. Yeah, that's probably it. Other than that, I don't think I would. Yeah, well, definitely DJ. Yeah, I don't think I would do it. I mean, I would trade anybody for him, any player. That's not the guys that I named, but yeah, we wouldn't have to, I don't think. So I was a little confused by it, but it could be something I'm just misunderstanding. But anyways, wait. There was one more. And I totally forgot to even bring anything up for that. So I'll just talk about it for a minute. Joaquin Pinerua? Cool name, by the way. Seeing all the talk about the Lakers just came to mind. Trade for Anthony Davis? Probably super unlikely, but who knows? Just a thought. No, I wouldn't trade for Anthony Davis. First and foremost, Anthony Davis. Okay, so Anthony Davis, I was trying to see how old he was. Anthony Davis is 29 years old, but I swear, dude, it seems like he's like in his mid-30s. As many injuries he's going into. Overall, no, I would not trade. No, I don't want Anthony Davis. First and foremost, I don't want to hear all of the talk about is Anthony Davis the next Tim Duncan, because you guys know that there was people actually saying that Anthony Davis is better than Tim Duncan, which is so weird. They don't even have the same playing style, but it's just so inaccurate. Like, what? And then on top of it, Anthony Davis injuries are just out of whack. They're a little ridiculous. And while he is a star, and I do believe in the Spurs medical staff, I just don't think that it will be necessary. Getting a DeAndre Ayton would make way more sense, and getting an Anthony Davis would be similar to us having at this point of our growth, having a DeMar DeRozan or having a LaMarcus Aldridge. It really doesn't matter. It's not a good move right now to have a star that's that much older. Now, if we were already on the cusp of championship and you did something like this, sure, makes sense. If we already had people that were in their primes and they were in their late to mid 20s, whether it be Keldon Johnson or whether it be Lonnie or Josh Primo, and they're already in their primes, yeah, sure, everybody fits and just go ahead and make it happen. But it would be meaningless. Even if he came and he was healthy the entire time, it wouldn't do much for us. I just don't think it would. Now, I do think that in the next couple of seasons, I'll say it like this. I just want guys to be able to grow together. And I'm okay with role players being a little bit older. Like, it makes sense to have role players that's a little bit older. But as far as our stars, I want the Spurs to be able to make another dynasty, man. And the only way that will be possible is you're having these guys grow together in their age groups. So, and that's just how I figure it would happen. But you guys let me know what you think. But yeah, that was eventful. That was good. Those are some really good questions. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I really like these questions. And like I said, I'm gonna answer the other ones soon. Just give me some time, because I didn't want to talk about draft picks because I got so many people to still look through. But anyways, thank you guys so much for being supportive. If you want to support the channel, like really support the channel, it's only $2 per month. Patreon and YouTube members, link in the description for that. Somebody that I reached out to that actually won the DeJounte Murray Fiesta jersey never messaged back, and it was on Patreon, and I messaged you many times over the past couple months. Nothing. So what I've decided to do is I'm gonna go ahead and put it back out there. So the DJ, I've had it locked away until the person actually messaged me back, but I'm gonna pull it back and we're just gonna give it away to, well, it won't be a giveaway, it'll be a trivia prize, but we're gonna do it for the next person, so somebody else can actually try to win it. But I think that's enough time. The 2 months, that's enough time. But anyways, I'll get with you guys later, man. Until next time, deuces.